Often within statistics, we're going to need a frequency table if we're going to be able to draw a chart or something similar. Rather than having to count up all the different pieces of information ourselves, it's a lot quicker if we get a spreadsheet to do this for us. So if we want to create a frequency table for our grades, we can do it in the following way. So we start off by just typing in the headings for our frequency table. We're then going to put in the different grades that we have in our data, so A star, A, B and C. To get the spreadsheet to count up all the different A stars, A's, B's and C's we've got, we're going to use a formula which is called COUNTIF. So as usual, when we're entering a formula, we start with an equal sign. We type in the name of the formula, so the COUNTIF. All the different information that you're going to need to enter in comes up in this box as usual when you start to type in your formula. So we want the range followed by the criteria separated by comma. So the range of the values that we're looking up is our test grade, so that's in the B column. So that's from cell B2 to B51. So as usual, when we want a whole long list, type in the first cell reference, colon, and then the last cell reference. We then put in our comma. When we're looking up a value, we need to put this within two sets of speech marks. So our first speech marks, we want to look up an A star. Because a star is often used within formulas as a times, because we wanted to look up the A star, we're going to put in after the A tilde and then the star. Without that tilde, what would happen is that the spreadsheet would look up anything in our cell reference that has just an A in it or an A star. We therefore obviously get more values than we want. So it's quicker to do it this way, as it's only going to count the A stars. Second set of speech marks, to close that off, close the brackets, hit enter. So that tells us a spreadsheet to look up from B2 to B51 and count all the A stars present, so we get 16. We can then do exactly the same for all the other grades. So equals, COUNTIF, open brackets, B2 colon, B51 comma, speech marks, we want an A this time, close the speech marks, close brackets, hit enter. Same for the B's. And finally, the same for the C's. Obviously, to make sure that we haven't put in our formulas wrong or got anything slightly wrong, we know there should be a total of 50 grades, so we're going to get the spreadsheet just to add those up to make sure we've not made any mistakes. So if we want to add up some values, we're going to use the sum formula, so equals, sum, open brackets. We want the cell references, so the first cell that we're wanting to count up is E2. Colon, then the last cell that we're counting up to is E5, close brackets, hit enter, adding up to 50 so we know we've got the correct values.